Hello loves, welcome to Fifth Dimension. Thank you for joining me for this collective reading. So I set the intention, I cleared out the space. The intention for today's reading is to find out messages about what specifically you need to hear right now, to offer you guidance wherever you are on your journey. Alright, so main energies for what specifically the collective needs to hear at this time. We have the root, first chakra, so groundedness, right? Your foundation. Don't allow your foundation to be rocked at this time is the main thing that I'm getting. I see anchoring in something. We have broken heart and woman holding a coin. This actually may be about finances. Anchoring into this abundant mindset versus lack mindset. Now, I could be wrong. This could actually be about a broken heart, but let's go ahead and do more oracles. Either way, it's about some sort of lack that has for a while now, is sort of what I'm getting, been causing some sort of imbalance in regards to you feeling very like stable. We have guardian angel, you are not alone. We have drum, dream and journey. Yeah, so this is going to be different things. High priest, intend and create. This is about your power right here. What it is that you are capable of controlling, if you will, right? Which is not much. When it comes to life, there's only so much you actually, like, realistically have control of. And for the most part, that only involves you. You and yourself, and of course, like I always say, your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors, your actions, your decisions, your lack of decision. That is the only thing that you have control in. And I feel like that's where you're like, you see this guy right here with this tool, like, okay, this is the one tool I have. And so I will take this tool and I will create anything I want. I will make it work. That is understandable versus just sitting on the side and be like, well, I only have this one tool. I'm going to wait for the day that I have like a collection of tools and then I'll begin to build. But as we know, life just continues going. So we can make excuses each and every day for why we don't take actions on beginning to create. But I feel like this is your main focus, is what it is that you are creating. So now this brings us to the guidance, right? The guidance about what you need to hear in regards to your journey. Okay. So the reading well, you'll be seeing this tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday. I'm recording Wednesday. And today is the one that I recorded yesterday. So I'm thinking if that was the one that talked about loneliness. I think it was. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm getting them mixed up with personal readings right now. Feeling alone. If that connects with you, if you viewed that previous reading about sacrifice, that could be a thing, right? That could be a main point of experience that you're having right now, is making decisions in regards to your own personal journey. Decisions that you have to make on your own, that other people can't influence, because like I said, other people have no power over what it is that your life, just like you have power. I said that all stupid. You know what I mean? Other people have no more power in regards to the direction of your life than you do over theirs. So this is a decision that you need to make on your own, or you're in the process of just leading a life that regards making all of your decisions on your own, and that can feel very scary, which is why the main energy is coming through as the first chakra, Archangel Michael, like that need to stay rooted. Wherever your root is, and that's your truth, the core of who you are, right? Staying true to that is going to help keep you anchored in the direction versus getting sucked away by the winds. I feel like there's a fear that you're working through specifically. And of course, a lot of sadness involved, because that could include actually, leaving behind with these feelings of loneliness and this sort of sad attached to it. Whatever it is that you've had to sacrifice in your life. And this could just be our old selves, like having to let go of versions of our old selves that no longer align with where we feel we're at, right? Like vibrationally, because if you are living each day intentionally for the purpose of learning and growing, whenever you can, right? Because mind you, it's perfectly fine to just be living in the 3D and, living your good ass life, not having to worry about growing. But I feel like for the most part, your priority is growth. And that is just as far as like an energy. Growth as an energy in wanting more, right? In wanting to see more, in wanting to experience more, in wanting to create more, whatever that is for you. And in order to do that effectively without being in a wobble, there's aspects that need to be shed. Now, when it comes to the drum, dream, and journey, and then I'm getting this connection, all this connection to the heart right here. And the focus on what it is that your heart desires. Because essentially, at least for me, in my opinion, is the purpose of every single person's life. Because everybody questions their purpose. Like, what is the point? What am I even doing? And my personal belief that each person's purpose is whatever their heart desires. And that's absolutely different, because we are all completely unique little creatures. Perhaps having gone against that for so long, perhaps having had the lack in not having attempted but not being able to achieve creating that for yourself. And when I say that, I mean whatever it is that your heart desires, because everybody has different hopes and goals and dreams for themselves, right? I feel like if there's been attempts and what you would consider failures, if there's been like a lot of breaking down, like energies in your life or experiences that you've had that sort of shatter that image of what you desire for yourself. For example, I'll just give a specific example. Me, like when I've always wanted like art, and to be honest, I consider myself good at art now, but I did not for a very long time. And so it wasn't really, it was just a hobby that I did. And so when I, let people know, especially my family, that I wanted to go to college for becoming an artist, it did not go over well. Everybody insisted and talked me out of it, and that's ridiculous. Like, no, you're not ever going to be able to support yourself that way, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I listened. I was just like, yeah, you're right. I'm not that great of an artist. I'm not this and that. Like, you have to be super rare and amazing to be able to, make a living off of that. So y'all are right. I won't even try. And they convinced me to go into school for nursing, to go to get my career in nursing, which my sister is. Well, she's a nurse right now, but she's currently already like gonna be a doctor. She's a nurse practitioner. She was a nurse practitioner, and now she's in her PhD program, which I'm very proud of her. But I'm not her. And there was a lot of pressure for me to be more like her, because she's ambitious and she's always wanted to be a nurse, you know. And at least for me, in my culture growing up, there's like 3 things that everybody always says, and then you occasionally throw in like firefighter or police officer, but usually it's teacher, it's lawyer, or doctor. Teacher, lawyer, doctor, those are the prestigious, right? If you are able to get to any of those 3 things in my culture, wow, like you just, like, you're better than everybody else immediately. Instantly. And okay, well, I was a teacher for very temporary, but even then I'm just like, no, it's just not for me. Although I do like the concept of teaching, the way the public school system set up, don't worry. But anyways, that's another story. Nursing, yeah. They convinced me to follow in my older sister's footsteps, because they're just like, well, what else are you interested in besides art? I just saw 11:11, by the way, and I'm sorry for rambling, but I feel the need to. And I'm just like, well, no, I'm not really into anything besides art. So they're just like, well, just go be a nurse. It's jobs everywhere, make money, blah, blah, blah. You'll be able to support yourself. Okay, so that's what I started off as. Switched my major in the middle, and of course, again, I heard everything. I had to go behind everybody's back to switch my major into art when I did, like a year and a half later, after going to all the prerequisites for nursing. And it was time to enroll in the actual program. I was like, I'm in it or I'm out. Like, I need to make this decision because I'm about to like commit to this. And I was like, no, fuck that. This is not for me. And I switched my major behind everybody's back, and everybody was angry at me. But I was a grown-ass adult at this point. You know what I mean? Anyways, long story short, experiences like that, every single time that I've trusted my own heart because this is what I want, I've had everybody tell me I'm wrong for feeling that way or for wanting that. And this is a time, if whatever experiences that you can resonate with, whatever you thought of when me telling my story, whatever experiences that you've had that made you feel the same, like you're just like, oh shit, I guess, well, everybody knows better than I do, right? Because damn, why didn't I see it like that? You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's your life, and your life can be over like that. So would you say, oh, well, I'm happy that I became the lawyer, the doctor, the teacher, and that everybody looked at me as such as prestigious and above them? Or the opposite, like me. Just like, screw you guys. I don't need to be better than anybody. I don't care about those fools. Anyways, all right, let's get some tarot for you. This is a chapter in your life, and you are not alone, although you may feel alone in any decisions, any journeys, I feel like you're paving out a whole new road that hasn't really been, it may be like different for your community, culture, family, background, whatever. But whatever this new road that you're paving yourself, you're not alone. As scary as it feels, just ground yourself in your own truth, right? That was the caption for yesterday's, standing in your own truth. And remembering, whenever you feel lost and alone, remember why you're doing this. Why? What is the purpose of life? To experience it. Really. It's not to become a freaking fancy lawyer. I was about to say, God did not put me on this earth to wear a little fancy suit and go into courthouses. No, no, no. That's not for me. Anyway, we have the Ten of Pentacles here. This is like a big F you to everybody who told you that you would not be capable of pursuing a dream, pursuing your purpose, pursuing your goals, and receiving accomplishment from it. This is like But it doesn't even matter, right? Because it ain't even about them. It's about you having the experience that you want and being fulfilled from that. And then who wins in the end, right? Like, I don't need to be comparing myself to what somebody else is doing. Like, that's irrelevant to my experience as a human. Magician. Creating, literally. This is the same card in a different deck, though. The High Priest and the Magician are the same. It's about you taking it upon your own hand to be the creator of your own experience here and not being dictated by anything else. We have 3 times I heard taking life by the balls. That's you right now. Taking life by the horns? By the balls, the horns. It's part of the bull. You're on the bull right now and you're grabbing onto something. Just kidding. That sounded horrible. But really, you're like, come on now. You're like, I got this, right? You're in control. You're holding the steering wheel. You're heading, creating your own way, your own route. It doesn't matter if everybody says, hey, that's just a forest. There's no, what are they called? Trails laid out there. And you're just like, no, that's okay. I will create my own. I will follow my navigation system and I will create my own trail as I go. Just hand me a machete. Just kidding. This feels like good energies. I feel like I want to just end it off here. Okay, main thing being about staying true to that, right? Staying true to that. If you're in the process of having doubts, having feeling lost, because you can sometimes feel lost. You have things that happen in your life that kind of throw you off, and it just shoves you out of the frequency of being clear about your purpose and where you're headed. This is all you see, you know, it just like overpowers everything, and you're not able to see that this is where you're headed. This is where you were before this got in your way. And so then it's a matter of clearing that, right? So whatever it is that you do to be at peace with whatever is creating something that needs to be soothed and left behind in order for you to confidently continue on your path. What messages do we have? What other messages do we have for the collective? We have the Moon. We have the Four of Swords. That's the healing, the death, transformation, and the Moon. Okay, so there is healing that you are, I'm going to say, going to need to focus on. Or if that's not the case, because you're already focused on that, you're already in the process, you're just like way ahead of you, I'm like 3 steps away into my blossoming transformation, then this is just a reminder that whatever it is that you're experiencing that's holding on to this energy, that it's transformational. I feel like that's something that we immediately forget the moment we sink into this. If you're like super, like you experience your life through your emotional body like I do, or more dominantly, right? I more dominantly experience my life through my feelings, tapping into all of my senses, emotions, you know, and all of that. When you get consumed in this energy, it's hard to remember that it's through this energy that you're able to transform. Mind you that you're processing it, right? Versus just sitting in it or allowing it to like shoving it under the rug, which I know you don't do. You don't do that. There's always something to uncover. There's always something to transform. It's like a never-ending thing, right? Because we're humans. We are created with such perfect precision, but with perfect flaws at the same time when it comes to the way we navigate, right? I feel like that's the main thing. The main guidance right now is just to keep that remembrance of what's being transformed and what is necessary to be experienced in order to be transformed. And usually it's not good things. You can't just go through life living in a little perfect bubble and never having like any bad experiences and grow. Like, I'm sorry, that's just not the way it works. Or if that is the way that works, then they got me all fucked up. But anyways, yeah, growth comes because you have to experience whatever challenges or whatever experiences that cause you to recognize, right? We have the Eight of Swords, whatever was holding you back. That's what I heard. Recognize whatever was holding you back. Through experiences, you're able to uncover things that are holding you back. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so sometimes I watch like caving videos. Some random adventure stuff on point of view while I get to adventure while I'm in bed. And the cavers, when they go under the water, start to like kick up the dust. That's sort of what I'm getting. And it's sort of like things that were settled underneath there, so anchored in your energy that you don't realize. But when you have challenging or just like, I don't know, just experiences that shake you, right? That jolt you out of the everyday norm. That creates some sort of shakeup in your energy, in your life, in your feelings, in your thoughts, and your emotions. When that happens, it's like lifting up things that were there that you didn't realize. And then it's like a nugget, right? It's like giving you like, hey, look at that you didn't realize was there. I think that's what's been happening. I think that's what you've been experiencing. And you're just like, what the fuck? Why do I keep hitting like experiences that are just like shaking things? And that may be what's leading you to feel like ungrounded, unstable in like, am I sure? Am I right in proceeding this way? Like, you start to doubt your journey and if it all means anything, right? But trust, keep moving. When that happens, keep moving forward, because like I said, like, this is where you're headed. This is where you're focused. And I hate to say where you're headed, because I feel like every single reading, that spiritual guidance is like something that's about to be, right? But most people don't go to readings or seek guidance unless there is something, some sort of wobble somewhere in their life. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I guess it would make sense that all readings are like, hey, it's about to get better. But I mean, this one feels like really good. This one feels really good. This one feels like things are about to get better. Just kidding. But for real, I'm not lying. Let me get some animal cards to close it off. I didn't even realize that I was already running on 23 minutes. Alright, let me go ahead and close this. Leading off with some guidance for the collective. Look, she's even holding the thing too. I just realized. All of the energies is taking control. What do you have control over? The only damn thing that you have control over is yourself, and that's you right now. Taking control and creating from a place of, all I can do, the only changes I can make are those within me. And that's what's happening in your energy very heavily. Taking the bull by the horns, that's what it was. Is taking life by the balls a thing? Look, stop. A buffalo is a bull, right? I'm so dumb, I swear. I'm ridiculous. It's like similar. It's similar, right? It totally looks like a bull. Anyways, buffalo spirit. The abundant universe will provide. This is that exactly what I said. That you are coming out of a lack of something, right? You're coming out of a lack of something taking control of what you can control, and it's bringing you into the energy of flow, which is abundance naturally. Everything is abundant in energy. Nature just naturally is abundantly full of all the resources it needs to just continue cycle after cycle after cycle after cycle. And when you tap into that energy, it flows into your life as well. Okay, so card number 40, Mouse Spirit. Tend to the small things. I literally saw this when we were shuffling. And I was going to say, that's the stuff that's being fluffed up. Tending to the small things, right? Step by step. Nothing drastic, but tending to one thing at a time. And before you know it, you've cleared up some shit. Card number 7, Be Spirit. Sweet results await. Okay, so that was with me saying that things are about to get good. Just kidding. Anyways, that's what I got for you, loves. I hope this resonated with you. Until we vibe again.